For the next event on the track, it is the 100 metres, the fast fellas. 10 men this year have gone under 10 seconds, and several men in this race have gone under 10 seconds many times. It's a very strong lineup. Let's take a look at it. GEMILI, Britain, 28 years old now, European champion. His best distance is 200 metres, European champion back in 2014, but he has run 9.97, albeit 7 years ago. He was fourth in the Rio 200. Yohan goes in lane 2. He is the third fastest athlete in history, the Jamaican. 32 years old now. He was world champion back in 2011. Zharnel HUGHES, European champion, the reigning European champion, remember, from Berlin in 2018. Sixth in the World Championships in 2019. He's been training and racing in Jamaica, is in good form. Jerome, no relation, significant personal best on the 1st of May. 10 seconds dead. There is Trayvon BROMELL, the world indoor champion in 2016, the 7th fastest man in history. He won this meeting last year in Gateshead in cold conditions, ran 9.95. In fact, last year BROMELL was world #1 at 100 metres. GRASSE, the Olympic champion from Tokyo last year at 200 metres. That is his better distance, but he's fabulous at 100 too. He's run 9.89, he goes in 6. Reece PRESCOD goes in 7, European Championship silver medalist in 2018. He ran a solid 100-200 double in Cyprus recently. He's in good form, the Briton. Oren Brown of Canada, silver medalist from Tokyo last year in the sprint relay for his country. 5th in Doha last week in 20.18. And Nethaneel Mitchell-Blake of Great Britain goes in lane 9. Trains with Noah Lyles, the Arsenal fan. 4th in the World Championships in 2017 in 200, 2nd in the European Championships in Berlin in 2018 at 200. That is his better distance, but he has run 9.992. In fact, everybody in this field has broken 10 seconds, apart from Jerome. He goes in lane 4. By the way, Yohan at 32, well, he won this Diamond League meeting back in 2011, 11 years ago, when it was held in London. So they load themselves into their blocks then. GEMILI in 1, Yohan in 2, Zharnel HUGHES in 3, Jerome in 4, BROMELL goes in 5. Watch him, really fast starter, the American. GRASSE in 6, PRESCOD 7, Oren Brown 8, Mitchell-Blake in 9. BROMELL right in the middle in 5. Oh, and that was BROMELL! Oh. Oh, dear, oh dear. What will the judges say? That was my reading of it anyway. Chris?
BROMELL. Yep, just getting the figures now. It's a clear false start now then. What will the judges do? Goodness me, he's come all the way over to Europe. Such a big season, isn't it, for all these athletes, but particularly the sprinters. And there you can see lane 5. Trayvon BROMELL.
Dear, oh dear. That would be a great shame. Mind you, did I see the lane beside him also? Well, we'll see what happens. Will they take a lenient view on this right at the beginning of this Diamond League season? Well, very nearly right at the beginning. Of course, Doha was Friday last week, 8 days ago.
It's the look of the guilty schoolboy, isn't it?
You recognise it, do you, Chris? Is that you looked in the mirror a few times when you were a youngster?
I remember it well. He's looking very shifty. But so far, while the discussion continues, surely we will have a card. It's a question of what colour.
I know rules is rules, as they say, but I would love them to be lenient here. I want to see BROMELL race against these fellas. I don't want an empty lane right in the middle of the 9 athletes lined up as they are at the moment. He is the winner from this fixture last year in Gateshead when it was cold and windy and wet. He was the first junior to go under 10 seconds, was Trayvon BROMELL, the first under 20 athlete to go under 10 seconds. That was in 2014, and he is gone. I think we knew it all along. What a great shame, and he knew it too.
Well, a rueful smile. There's nothing much more he can do. He knew, I'm sure, straight away. It's a real shame for the event.
It wasn't close, was it? That's the frustrating thing. He went very early. So they load themselves into their blocks, those coiled springs of legs, for the second time. GEMILI in 1, Blake in 2, Yohan Blake, Zharnel Hughes in 3, Jerome Blake in 4, Andre de GRASSE there goes in 5, Reece PRESCOD 7, de GRASSE in 6 rather, PRESCOD 7, Brown 8. And that, can you believe, was Zharnel Hughes, surely in lane 3. Well, ring rusty, I suppose, is one phrase you bring out as perhaps an excuse, Chris, but that is disappointing. Zharnel Hughes, the reigning European champion. Boy, oh boy. So the world number 1 from last year, Trayvon BROMELL, is gone. Zharnel Hughes, the reigning European champion, may well be gone too.
Well, this is extraordinary. And as you say, you've got to put it down to early season rustiness. But if it is Zharnel Hughes, I'm afraid he has got form. Regular viewers, I'm sure, will remember he was disqualified from the Olympic final in Tokyo. He was also disqualified last weekend in Puerto Rico. In fact, that makes it, by my count, Tim, now 4 DQs in his last 5 races, which is astonishing. That's a problem.
Not that you're counting or anything.
That is a problem.
That is a real problem. Dear, oh dear. I suppose the only thing you can say is get them out of the way before we get into the real meat of the season. World Championships begin in late July. The Commonwealth Games a week later in this stadium, and then a week's break, and then the Europeans in Munich. So we're down to 7. GEMILI and Yohan Blake in 1 and 2. Jerome Blake has empty lanes either side of him. He goes in 4. Well, good this time. Great start there from Aaron Brown. Second to left. Also good running in lane 2 by Yohan Blake. And Yohan Blake, the grand old man, comes through for this one, or does he? I think Aaron Brown might have stolen it at the last there. I think Aaron Brown might have taken that one. 10.13 eventually, quite a lot of hold-ups. And the race somewhat emasculated with the disqualifications of, first of all, Trayvon BROMELL and then Zharnel Hughes, but that you can take nothing away from Aaron Brown. He can only beat those who line up against him. Yohan Blake, I think, was expecting something rather special there. He was in the lead until about 5 metres out. Can you imagine winning Diamond League races 11 years apart? That, I'm sure, without checking, would be unique, and it was so nearly the case here in Birmingham. 10.13 to 10.18 for Yohan Blake. Jerome Blake third, 10.20 the Canadian. De GRASSE back in 4th, 10.24. Don't think you should be too worried about that. He is a 200-metre specialist, the Olympic champion at 200. But, yeah, just looking at the wind there as well, Chris, minus 0.2. Pretty much still air. It was still air, but what a start it was from Yohan Blake in lane 2. GEMILI on his left, rolling back the years, 11 years since he was world champion in Daegu. And at this stage, you think Blake is there, but then Aaron Brown, as you said, came late in the last 10 metres or so to take it. Not particularly quick into that slight headwind, not a massive headwind. Slightly surprised that nobody went sub-10. There is Brown, working very hard indeed. His second race of the afternoon, so he was nicely warmed up from earlier on. Second left of picture as we look on from this head-on shot. Reece PRESCOD, good to see him back running again.